Okay, so here we are with the next lesson. So, this lesson in the Confident in Your Skills and Abilities module is all about mapping your next or your path forward, right? So, for those of you who, again, may have just hopped into this lesson, this module is one that is cumulative. So, you want to go back and start at least at the beginning of this module because you'll need those inputs as you work through the mapping your path forward exercises, right? So far we have documented our core competencies. We have outlined all the possibilities for our next career move. And now we're going to talk about kind of what that path forward looks like over the next 0 to, let's say, 36 months, right? So 1 to 3 years, if you will, right? Not that it needs to take that long, but I just want you to have an idea of what the next step and then maybe the next few steps look like. Just as a note, I really don't recommend at this point that you go out more than 5 years. So I know that historically you're supposed to have this 3, 5, 17 year career plan. And I think that when we lived in a different time, that could have worked, right? When the path was like boom, 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 and there was only one path forward based on your designated area of expertise, that was a good idea. We no longer live in that type of marketplace. We live in a marketplace where skills are transferable from one industry to another. So that is something to consider as you think about your path forward. But also, the environment is changing with technology so quickly that whatever you think you're going to do or how you're going to do it 5 years from now will be different. So I want to encourage you to let go of needing to know exactly, what the path forward is going to look like on a longer term basis. Now, you may know that you want to be at the, let's say, VP level or the director level or even the manager level in 5 years. Whatever that is for you, that's okay. It's okay to have that idea and be working toward kind of that level, if you will, but exactly where or how you're going to be vice president, right? So if you are, a project manager, or if you are whatever your title might be, that path might be look like this step, that step, the next step, and that's the path forward. I'm telling you that as we continue to evolve, as there is a need for more diverse talent in the marketplace, it won't be just one path forward. And that is incredibly exciting news. And I want you to keep that in mind as you map out your path forward. As your coach, I never want you to put all your eggs in one basket, as they say. So if your path forward, as you think about it, means that your boss has to get driven over by a bus or wins the lottery, if you want to put it in nicer terms, then we want to think about how else can we utilize your skill sets, right? One path forward limits your options, and that's on you, right? There is so much opportunity out here, and you can use skills from one industry to another, from one type of role to another in most cases. So I want you to consider that. Don't be afraid to use this exercise to kind of explore on Indeed or LinkedIn other roles or titles with your skill set. Now, if you don't know how to even get started with that, come to the Facebook group. Tell me what it is that you like to do. Tell me all a little bit about your skill sets, and I will help you think about other possibilities. It's something that I'm really good at, and I'm sure the community will weigh in as well so that you can diversify. You want to have 2 to 3 possible paths forward, right? As you think about what you want to do. So if you notice on the page, the first one starts with kind of like from left to right, your first move, your next move, your level up move. So is there a move that you are wanting to take in the next 0 to 9 months? We'll call it the next year for ease of conversation. What titles does that look like? Right? Which of your skills, both hard skills and soft skills, best fit those titles or within those titles? Now, if you want a title that is different than your current skill set, then it may not be your first move. It may be your next move. But here's what I want to tell you, especially as women. As women, statistics, data shows, you can Google it, that we tend to think that we need to have all the skills in a job description before we apply. We think that we have to be perfect in order to get the job. And that is not what I'm saying here. I'm saying as long as you are aware where you may have a skill set deficit and you know that you need to find that elsewhere when you move into a new role, right? So a lot of times you'll see leaders who come into an organization, they'll bring their people with them. It's because they have already determined where they have shortcomings and they know the people who can help them deliver on what they're required to deliver on. And they're also the people that they trust, right? So I'm not saying don't go forward in your first move, if even if there is a skill set deficit somewhere. I'm saying if you feel like you're 60% at least qualified, 50% qualified, shoot your shot. And if it doesn't pan out, no harm, no foul. You still have multiple paths forward. You still have multiple roles to help you get to the levels or the next move that you want to get to the success that you want to get to, right? So that's what I want you to keep in mind for this lesson. I want you to take this, chart your path forward, think about possible job titles. It doesn't have to be just one. It can be multiple job titles for your first move, your next move, and your level up move, right? And again, if you have questions, come to the Facebook group. I am so happy to help you there. I'll be checking in throughout most of the day. So hopefully I'll be able to give you really quick feedback and you can keep going. With that, that wraps up this module for now. I look forward to seeing you in the next module where we're going to talk about being confident in your knowledge, which means talking about all things resumes, LinkedIn, and things like that. See you there.